Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here at our webinar. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. I'm Bo Freeman, part of the dealer marketing program here at Qualys JCI. And once again, excited to have you here. Very happy that you found it important to be with us today. We hope that you'll find some important information that'll help you in talking about IQ Wi-Fi 6. But before we kind of jump into the meat and potatoes of the conversation here, I wanted to take care of a few housekeeping items. So first and foremost, this webinar is being recorded. So we record all of our webinars. We'll upload it to our YouTube channel after this. So if you need to go back and reference anything we said or forward it to your coworker that wasn't able to make it, just go to YouTube, type in Qualys, and you'll be able to find the recording. Also, this is a part of a webinar series. So this is our first episode of 5. So today we're talking IQ Wi-Fi 6. Next week, we will be talking about IQ4NS. That's going to be a really exciting webinar, so make sure you join us next week. And then later on in this program, we're going to be talking about our new PowerG Everywhere automation devices. So this is going to be a very important webinar series to be a part of. And if you're attending here today, you're already registered, so you can just join with the same link that you did today, and that'll get you into all of those webinars. It's every Thursday at this exact same time for the next couple weeks. So we hope that you'll be able to join us. We got some people here in the question section. Telling us where they're calling in from. If you are unfamiliar with GoToWebinar, if this is your first time joining us, find that question section and drop in the chat where you're calling in from. I got two loyal guys here that are always a part of the webinars, and they beat me to it. We've got Bob Smith. He is calling. He said he's loving IQ Wi-Fi 6. Thank you, Bob. Stan Norman from Plano, Texas. We love you, Stan. You're always in here. Thanks for letting us know where you're calling in from. We got Chuck calling in from Chicago. Dave from New Jersey. They're just kind of flowing in here. We got some people, Minneapolis, Kansas City. Thank you all. It's so fun to see where everybody's calling in from. So that's great. And so as we go through the webinar, that same section where you guys all typed in where you're calling in from, you can ask questions. So we have two of like the smartest guys I've ever met when it comes to technical stuff in the background. We have Mark Bateman and Jason Horton answering your questions. So if you have any questions, drop them in there. We are only meeting for 30 minutes today. So if there's a lot of questions, Jason and Mark may not be able to get to every single one, but rest assured, we will make sure that we get your questions answered in our follow-up afterwards. I'm almost done with my housekeeping items. Last item here, we're giving away 3 sets of 3 IQ Wi-Fi 6 units. So all you need to do to be eligible to win those is attend the entire webinar. After the webinar, we'll download a report of everybody that was here. And if you are, and then put it into like a random name generator. And if you're one of those 3 winners, you'll receive an email from Will Hackett. And that'll happen either later today, or tomorrow morning. So if you won, watch for that email from Will, and please respond timely and get him your information so we can get you your guys' prizes quickly. So I think I hit all my things. I'm talking quickly. Want to save some time for Nate and so Justin, right? It's Justin. Sorry, I keep wanting to call you Jason. We have Justin Starr from Alarm.com on here with us as well. I'm going to turn the time over to them here in a second after we launch some polls. So our poll questions just help us understand where you guys are at with IQ Wi-Fi 6. So if you'll just take a quick second to respond to these polls, so we can move through them rather quickly and get the time onto the presentation. So first question we have to ask you guys is, do you currently offer a router solution to your customers? Oh, you guys are voting quick today. Nice. All right, give you guys another 10, 15 seconds here. All righty, great. Thank you all so much for responding. We're going to get through a couple more here. So if you are offering a router solution to your customers, which one are you offering? Are you using IQ Wi-Fi 6? Are you using some of the competitors? I'm only able to put 5 kind of options there. So if your option is not on the screen, go ahead and drop in the chat who it is that you are using. So we've got a lot of others. We've got a lot of IQ Wi-Fi 6s. So good to hear that we've got some people on here that have had some experience with Wi-Fi 6. All right, you guys, just another couple seconds here to finish that poll. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your participation there. And then the next question here, have you installed an IQ Wi-Fi 6 unit yet? Wow, you guys quick today. This is awesome. All righty, just a couple more seconds. All right, we're kind of almost at a split there. Almost half of you have, and almost half of you have not. All right, another kind of follow-up question. So if you have not yet installed an IQ Wi-Fi 6 unit, what is keeping you from doing so? So if you're one of those half of the audience that haven't, let us know if you're not feeling confident in how to install it, or you're not feeling entirely sure how to sell it or present it to your customers, or if there's some other option or something that's going on that's kind of making it difficult to do that, let us know in the chat. All right, just a couple more seconds, let you guys answer there. Great. Okay, I think that's it for the poll questions. Thank you all so much for your participation. Like I said before, we're joined by Nate Anderson, Justin Starr. Nate is our Wi-Fi expert. Any questions Wi-Fi related, he's the guy to go to. So I will turn the time over to you two to kind of jump into this presentation.
Thank you. Thanks, Bo. And thanks, Justin, for joining us today. I know you're super busy too. And, you know, like many of our customers, got a lot going on as well. So thank you so much. We definitely couldn't do this without your support. So as we get started here, I normally like to kick everything off with a little bit of a marketing commercial, I guess is what I would call it. But instead of making you watch that, you know, some of the challenges that we have with technology nowadays, really make that video a little jumpy. Sometimes the audio doesn't come out very clear. So I've asked Bo to drop the link here in the chat. We've got that commercial posted on our YouTube channel. So if you got some time, maybe later this afternoon or even after today's webinar, you want to give that a view, I highly recommend it. We had a lot of fun shooting that here in Utah. We've got a little satellite office here in Orem, Utah, along with our marketing team. So a lot of your TAMs really had some fun here starring in that commercial. So moving right along here, I figured I'd also start us off by talking a little bit about why we got into Wi-Fi in the first place. And you know, the answer here is actually relatively simple. We've got something here called the Voice of the Customer. We really love your feedback. We love your participation, whether it's in these webinars. We see you guys out there at the shows. IC West, big show for us every year. And really the answer is simple. It's because you asked us to. You guys have come to us and asked us you know, to help make your jobs a little bit easier. And so really that's the main reason why we decided to get a little bit more involved in the networking space. So quick overview here on what our solution is currently, Wi-Fi 6 product. Really my goal at the end of today's presentation is to help you feel a little bit, a little more at ease as it relates to putting this product in. I want you to feel very confident that this is a good piece of hardware. You know, it's got all the headroom, all the technology built into it that you'd expect from a mesh solution. So if we pop this device open, you could quickly see that we're utilizing some of the same components, some of the same chipsets that, you know, some of the competitors are utilizing with Qualcomm. Qualcomm being one of the leading providers of chipsets for like a solution like Euro, right? So this is a quad core. It's we're calling it an A53 chipset. A lot of headroom in there to give us the capability to do, you know, pretty much everything that we'd like to do with the overall solution. So a lot of good capabilities. And you know, this is a quick overview slide of what we'll kind of get into a little bit later in today's presentation. But really, the main difference, the differentiator with this product when you compare it to something else that's maybe out on the market is the capability that we have to partner with our partners over at Alarm.com, giving us the capability of that back-end support. Things like RMR, that recurring revenue potential that you all likely participate in with alarm panels or alarm systems. We've been able to do some things like add what we're calling a security partition. It's really a dedicated security SSID or network name, giving you a little bit more capability there to hand the system over to your customer and having a little more confidence that all the security appliances are going to stay online and connected at all times. It's really that redundancy, if you want to think of it that way, built in. And then, we knew we wanted to come to market with something that was really flexible, giving you the opportunity or the option of extending wireless potential, in all corners of a project. So with this product, it's just one SKU. There's two different roles. We're calling them a controller or an agent role, depending on what its responsibilities are. But it's all done automatically. You just plug this thing in. So the first unit that you plug in to the WAN port, it'll boot up in what we call controller mode. Any other device that you plug in would boot up into what we'd call an agent mode. So those agents can be added to a controller, up to 7 agents per controller, a total of up to 8 of these guys in one system. So as we move along here, Well, you wanted to do this?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Nate, for kind of explaining the technical side and kind of the power that's under the hood. It's really exciting to see how capable IQ Wi-Fi 6 is. And I love this next slide because it says, IQ Wi-Fi 6 checks all of the boxes. And I think we could even go beyond saying hey, this checks all of the boxes and more. And when we say it checks all the boxes, the IQ Wi-Fi 6 is going to provide kind of the same experience, the same features and things that you would get from some of those competitors that we listed before in that poll question. You're going to get the same capabilities plus a little bit more. And it's great because IQ Wi-Fi 6 can be used with the IQ panel core or without it, with ADC or without ADC. So it's really, you can custom tailor it to the needs of your customer. And it's great to see we can compete and do what all those other routers are doing as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that it's right there in line with what you'd expect from any of the competitors out there in the same space. So really, though, the benefit here is, we built this with the pro in mind, with you in mind, right? So we've got Justin on the call. We really couldn't do it without Justin and the team over there at Alarm.com. Our partners at Alarm.com made it possible for us to, really get this integration where it needed to be. We did a quick poll early on when we decided that we were going to come to market with a networking solution. What were some things that were important to you? And really, it came down to the most costly part of doing business was the cost of the truck roll. And how can we solve that problem for you? And it was this integrated piece with Alarm.com. Things like panel integration. So we've got an intuitive end user integration built right into the panel. And again, it's about checking all the boxes. So the same things that you'd expect with a mesh router, we've got all that built right in. Things with speed, coverage, mesh capabilities allow us to make that all kind of happen into one fantastic package. We knew that ease of install was important to you. So being able to plug this thing in, maybe you needed to plug it in, wait for it to do its update, and come back to it without having to touch it or do anything to it. So you can, get the ball rolling on maybe adding some other security devices to your solution there. And then really we've got this thing that we're calling Wi-Fi partitions. I kind of touched upon it earlier, but this is the capability of moving everything over into what we're calling a security partition. That's just a wireless partition that you as the integrator have control over. So, feel confident if you're going to sell this as like a standalone solution, put everything all IQ products automatically move over to this Wi-Fi partition. It's enabled right out of the box. And then through alarm.com, you can also move the cameras, maybe the doorbell, anything that communicates wirelessly over to the same security partition, and then hand what I call like the keys of the kingdom, the keys of the Wi-Fi solution over to the customer, and just feel very confident that all the security appliances are going to stay online. So if they go in and change a username or a password, some sort of encryption, on that main network, none of your security appliances are going to fall offline like they have in the past, right? So again, you can use this in a parallel or an independent configuration. A parallel configuration would be that configuration where you'd probably throw this in addition to a customer's existing network. So you're not doing anything to their current setup. Maybe you want the functionality of supporting them through alarm.com. So I figured I would just here speak quickly about some of the other key benefits here. We mentioned it earlier, but really wanted to dive into the ease and what you can expect when you first open this thing up. Really, you're gonna every Wi-Fi 6 is gonna get shipped with what you'd expect. The actual unit itself, power cable, power cord, an Ethernet cable, and then in addition to all that, we've shipped every unit with this little installation. I'll call it it's just a little piece of plastic that can be attached so you can really clean up your installation, give you a little more flexibility on where to place this device, whether it's on the ceiling or on a wall. Whether you use it or not, it's totally up to you, but kind of nice and neat to have. You plug this device in, and if it needs an update, it's going to reach out to our servers automatically and update if needed. And then Justin, I know you probably have been waiting to say something here about alarm.com. I'll give you just a minute here to maybe introduce yourself a little bit to the crowd, but maybe speak to some of the integration here, some of the capabilities that we've got, through the alarm.com piece, and maybe some of the reasons why, this is good for our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. Can everyone hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks Nate, thanks Bo. Super happy to be here and super happy to be talking about the Wi-Fi 6 and the integration with alarm.com and why we're so thrilled to be partnering with JCI on this product. From what you can see in the app and the customer-facing interfaces, we enable the end user for the Wi-Fi 6 to control enough of their router to get a really well-rounded experience with the product. Pausing and first setting SSIDs and passwords, of course, being able to manipulate devices that are not on those partition security SSIDs that Nate was talking about. So control over the devices that you want them to have control over, and no control over the devices that you don't want them knocking offline accidentally. Going a little bit deeper than that, we allow for kind of grouping, profiling of devices. So if you want to put all of your kids' devices on one SSID, pause them at bedtime, wake them up in the morning, we allow for that kind of functionality and kind of anything you can think about pulling through from there. And then even more detailed things like port forwarding, DHCP leasing, things like that, more advanced networking features that typically, if an end user wants to do, they have to kind of go in and log into their router and manipulate through a web browser. Here you can do it all from your phone really easily, in the same interface where you're arming and disarming your nice IQ panel, setting scenes for your whole your ecosystem, things like that. Which you can't see here, but we're also, I think, equally excited about is the features that we offer to you, the dealer, that allow you to have a peek into the network setup and health for your end users, help them with debugging, view all the connected devices, push updates to the router so you can take advantage of the latest and greatest that our tech teams are working on. So that's kind of I think, a nice overview of what we offer. Of course, if there are any questions in the chat, happy to answer them there too. And Nate and Bo, if there's anything specific that you want me to cover additionally, I'm of course happy to do that. But like I said, Alarm.com is really thrilled to be part of this offering and to be partnering with JCI on this.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule, Justin, to be here with us today. And, you know, I've said this before and I'll just kind of reiterate again, but we could not do this without you guys, Justin. I mean, the partnership we have with you is just phenomenal. And I think it bodes well and help our customers understand that we are in lockstep with Alarm.com on, you know, pretty much every release that we've got, including the Wi-Fi 6 here. So I did have a quick question for you, Justin, as it's come up, just, you know, rubbing shoulders with some of our customers. We've had the occasional question asked, you know, what is the difference between, say, Alarm.com's integration with IQ Wi-Fi 6 versus, say, like Smart Gateway? I don't know if you wanted to just speak just briefly, maybe some of the highlighted differences there when you use the Smart Gateway maybe versus, you know, a Wi-Fi 6 solution.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. So of course we have our Smart Gateway product. That's really for, it's a great product, but it's for situations where you're not looking to offer end user functionality. The Wi-Fi 6 is the only product where you as the dealer can offer end user Wi-Fi control in addition to having that partitioned, protected network for your panels and your cameras and the things you don't want to knock offline. So the Smart Gateway, of course, offers that protected experience, but it doesn't offer that really interactive layer that you can actually see in that nice screenshot in front of you. So and that's really novel work that we've done in partnership with JCI over the course of the past few years, is bringing to life a whole suite of customer-facing features that only exist with the IQ Wi-Fi 6. So you couldn't offer a customer SSID for customer devices, profiles, port forwarding, DHCP lease control, guest network, you know, and probably 10 other things that I'm forgetting. Through the Smart Gateway, you could only offer that with the Wi-Fi 6. So that's all done through a set of APIs that the JCI team built and that we've taken advantage of that allow us to bring this functionality to life. So like Nate said, and I really just want to emphasize from our side as well that this has really been a lockstep partnership on these products. We're thrilled to be offering them, and the customer-facing feature set of features is really the differentiator of you know, why you choose to offer the Wi-Fi 6 while still getting to take advantage of the same truck roll saving features that the Smart Gateway offers. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Justin. And with that, you know, it kind of leads us into this next slide where we talk just briefly about current bundle offering that we have to offer. I don't know, Bo, if you wanted to just kind of speak to these here real quick.
Yeah, definitely. And just talking about those end user features, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the QR code on alarm.com, so I can get like my grandma comes over, right? She can pull out her huge iPad and scan it, get on the Wi-Fi instead of typing out long. Like that is my absolute favorite kind of end user feature. So sorry, I had to talk about that because I love it. We have these bundles here. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Thanks for pulling that up. Yeah, so we have these bundles here going on. It's a promotion that we're running. I have absolutely loved what has happened to my alarm.com cameras as I put in IQ Wi-Fi 6, just that responsiveness and how quickly they load. So we're doing some bundles here. You can, you know, get some alarm.com cameras along with IQ Wi-Fi 6 and save yourself some money, right? So there's a QR code on the screen. If you can scan that, you can get some more information, and if not, you can reach out to your ADC or your JCI sales rep, and they can give you a little bit more information on that bundle.
Awesome. So we talked briefly about bundles, but really one of the main questions that we've had too, as and it was actually one of the poll questions, is how do I sell this thing? What are some ways that I can offer this as a solution to my customers? You know, I think it's pretty easy to understand the capabilities of a router solution. pretty easy to have a conversation with a customer as it relates to their Wi-Fi connectivity. Maybe you as an installer need to install this as a solution to keep their Alarm.com cameras online, depending on how and where they're placed, within a project. Really, there's two main sales approaches, I'll call them. We've got the one and done or a scalable approach is kind of what I'm referring to them as. So that one and done, take these and sell them for $150 with a bundle with Alarm.com cameras. So every Alarm.com camera sell that you've got, let's get it bundled, with one of these IQ Wi-Fi 6s. Sell a Wi-Fi 6 in a bundle with 3 units, with Alarm.com camera, just as an example. And you can certainly add more according to the need and square footage. There is this what I'll call scalable approach. This is more of the managed Wi-Fi approach. Maybe you've got a desire to have a little more touch point for each one of your customers. Maybe you want to sell each unit for $150 and then charge. This is based on some feedback that we've gotten from one of our key customers who's rolled this out as a solution. They charge about $14 a month. That's that RMR, the recurring revenue model for the first unit, and then each additional unit, so these agents, as they're being deployed, they're going to charge an additional $2 a month with a total of up to $28 a month per rooftop. So that gives you or the customer, the opportunity to feel like they're, maybe having a little more management behind them as part of the solution. So you can feel confident when you're selling them the solution. You're giving them the Alarm.com app. You're giving them, features and benefits built into the app specific to Wi-Fi 6. You can enable those and, really help them feel like you're going to help them resolve some of their Wi-Fi issues that they may not have been having. So, and there's certainly other ideas that we have, but these were the two that I felt were probably most relevant as it relates to the overall solution here. So with that, did you have any other thoughts, Bo, as it relates to maybe the sales here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Nate, for kind of presenting those two options. And so we have our dealer marketing team. That's the team that I'm a part of, and we would love to help you understand and figure out campaigns around whatever approach you try and take. So I'm going to drop my email in the chat. If you're excited about Wi-Fi 6 and you're like, man, we need to figure out how we get this out the door, how we sell more of these, please reach out to me, and we would love to sit down and brainstorm and help you build whatever materials you need to kind of take it to market.
Perfect. Gotta love our marketing department. They're pretty awesome to work with if you've ever had a chance to work with them. So as we kind of wrap things up here, I figured I'd spend just a little bit of time, again, speaking to the voice of the customer. Some of the reasons for updates are really feedback from you as our customers. Maybe you want additional features, additional benefits, and essentially that's what we've done with each one of our software releases as it relates to panels. Here is the latest and greatest version of update for IQ Wi-Fi 6. Right out of the box, they are set up to auto update. You can go in and change that, obviously. So we post all these TSPs on the dealer.qualsys.com site, so you can read up on any update as we've released any version of software. But here's a quick overview on 202. So I'm not going to go into every little detail, but again, just wanted to point out the fact that we've got these updates available, and we do, comment in these TSPs brief information as to why a version of software is getting released. So we've got some opportunity there with Alarm.com. They've got that W110, a great solution for taking a PoE wired camera wirelessly. We've been able to resolve that problem that we were experiencing, adjusting the firmware as needed. So a lot of other little suggestions that pop up every once in a while, and we definitely take that feedback seriously. So thank you for that. And with that, I really just kind of turn the time back over to you, Bo, to kind of wrap things up here.
Awesome. Yeah, Justin, Nate, thank you so much. Justin, we know this. You jumped on here last minute with us. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You added some really good content. Nate, always knowledgeable about Wi-Fi. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to launch 2 more polls, and then I'll talk a little bit about our giveaways. So bear with me here. So first poll is, which IQ Wi-Fi 6 features and benefits are you most excited about? And you can choose, multiple here. So whichever you're feeling the most excited about. Let us know in the chat. I won't keep these polls open too long. I know we're kind of at time here. Just maybe 5-10 more seconds. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. And then one last poll. So after learning more about IQ Wi-Fi 6 today, what do you need to feel more confident to offer them to your customers? This should have been a select multiple choice, but I kind of messed up there. So let us know with your top kind of choice, if it's more sales and marketing materials, if it's more tech training, if it's more sales and marketing training, or if there's something else, drop that in the chat for us. Just give you a couple more seconds to respond to that. All righty, thank you all for your participation. And just one last reminder here. So the giveaways, we're giving away 3 sets of 3 IQ Wi-Fi 6 units. If you're randomly selected as one of the winners, you will receive an email from Will Hackett. So watch for that today or tomorrow. And then please join us next week. We are talking IQ4MS, completely new product. We are so excited about it. Same time next week, use the same registration link to join us and join us for the rest of the series. This series is going to be a great next couple weeks. Justin, Nate, thank you again. Everybody, thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank you. Thanks, Bo. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, guys.
I don't know how to turn this off. Oh, you just close it. Yeah. Okay.